Greetings everyone, my name is Dr. Jason Freeman. I'd like to welcome you all to my channel. Now this Saturday, June 22nd, 2024 will be the 6th annual Windrush Day celebration in the UK. Now if you don't know what that is, somewhere up here is going to be a little link, so click on that and I'll tell you all about what that is. But that's not what this video is about. Rather, I want to tell you about a very significant scandal in Britain related to Windrush Day called the Windrush scandal. Now a little bit of background on the Windrush generation. So basically, Windrush generation was a generation of subjects of the British Commonwealth who came to live in the UK between 1948 and 1971. Now the Windrush generation was named for the ship that brought the first large group of people from the Windrush generation to the UK from the Caribbean, the Empire Windrush. And so with that ship, you had a group of people, a lot of which were veterans who fought for the British Crown, who are now coming to Britain to help rebuild it after the Germans destroyed it during the bombings of the Luftwaffe. The 1971 Immigration Act in the UK gave members of the Commonwealth, including the Windrush generation, what's called indefinite leave to remain, which is the permanent ability to live and work in the UK. However, in 2012, under the leadership of Theresa May, who was then the Home Secretary and later became the British Prime Minister, the Home Office in the UK started the hostile environment policy. Now, this particular policy was designed to make it uncomfortable for illegal immigrants to stay within the UK. Now, in theory, the change in policy should not have affected the Windrush generation at all. With the indefinite leave to remain status, they were permanent residents of the UK. But here's the problem. When many members of the Windrush generation arrived, all they had in regards to documentation were landing cards. Now those landing cards, many of them were destroyed in 2012 in an effort to try to get rid of a lot of excess paperwork by the British government. This led many of the members of the Windrush generation to lose access to health care, to housing, to job opportunities, essentially because they were seen as illegal immigrants. Also, some were deported illegally, and some who were overseas, outside of the UK, were not allowed to return. One such person is Vernon Vanderbilt, a black boxer from Tottenham, who was denied entry to the UK from Jamaica for 13 years. In January of 2023, I attended a play in London about his life called On the Ropes, which talked about the issues that led to him being stuck in Jamaica for so many years, even though he grew up in Tottenham. Tottenham being an area of London. The deportations, the lack of ability to re-enter the UK, along with the loss of housing, of work, of healthcare, all those taken together is what's known as the Windrush scandal, and it came to public notice in 2018. So what happened after the public found out about these situations, these incidents? Well, first, in April 2018, Prime Minister Theresa May, who I'll remind you was overseeing the Home Office when the policies were changed, apologized to the members of the Windrush generation. That same year, Amber Rudd, who succeeded Theresa May as Home Secretary, was forced to resign due to issues related to the Windrush scandal. Basically, she was asked whether or not there was a target number for the number of deportations. She said no, when actually there was a memo that showed that was not true, that there were a target number for the number of deportations. Now, after the resignation of Amber Rudd, it was really up to her successor, Sir Sajid Javid, to basically redress the issues that were put into place by her and the previous Home Secretary, who of course was the then Prime Minister Theresa May. And so prior to taking over, Sir Javid made the following statement in the Sunday Telegraph newspaper. I was really concerned when I first started hearing and reading about some of the issues. My parents came to this country just like the Windrush generation. When I heard about the Windrush issue, I thought that could be my mom, that could be my dad, that could be my uncle, it could be me. An inquiry into the Windrush scandal was started in 2018 and was concluded in 2020. 30 recommendations were made to compensate those victimized by the Windrush generation, fix the problems that led to the scandal, and prevent a similar immigration scandal from occurring in the future. Now later, Suella Braverman, who became the Home Secretary under Prime Ministers Liz Truss and later Rishi Sunak, dropped some of those recommendations from the inquiry. However, yesterday, June 19, 2024, the British High Court ruled that Braverman dropping those recommendations was unlawful. And so currently the British government is trying to redress the problems created by the Windrush scandal, including compensating those who were negatively affected in regards to business and health and housing. Now, as of February 2024, the British government has paid more than £83.8 million to over 2,307 claimants. However, it's been estimated that as many as 15,000 people may be eligible for compensation. Now, if you found this video interesting and or informative, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, please share this video. And if there are other important topics you want me to cover on this channel, please leave those suggestions in the comment section below. Thank you all for your time and have a wonderful rest of your day.